going on, everybody? This is Huey186 back again with another video. Gamescom, it came by and it went, came and gone, and there's a lot of stuff that happened. There are a lot of news came out, and a lot of old IPs being revived, a lot of new IPs being made. The thing that caught my eye the most was they finally showed gameplay footage of the new Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified exclusively for the PlayStation Vita. Now, before I get to the gameplay and all the other stuff, my early impressions and stuff like that, the team behind the Declassified game is going to be Nihilistic Games. Now, they made Resistance Burning Skies for the Vita earlier this year, and the game got very shitty reviews. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that it wasn't a very good Resistance game overall. I mean, me personally, I played the game. I don't think the game is very good. I'm not a huge Resistance fan, so even I know that game was just a step below a Resistance game. The mechanics were fine. I mean, it had its issues, but the mechanics are good enough. It's just the overall game was just bad. So to have a team behind a game this big, at least as far as name recognition, it's kind of disconcerting to me when you have another team in Zipper Interactive that made a very good Unit 13 game, and they get shut down or whatnot. It's just disconcerting that a game that I thought was good, their team gets shut down, and a team whose game was bad, they get they get the biggest name in gaming right now. So I mean, but other than that, it's not guaranteed that the game's going to suck. You never know. You never know what can happen. But it does it does struck a chord with you when the team that made such a bad game gets this game and is trusted with this game, and it is a big game for the Vita. It's not so much as far like a lot of people think that Call of Duty Vita is going to be like the system seller for the Vita. I don't know if it's necessarily the case. I mean, it could be. I could be completely wrong. It could be the game for the Vita. Because since like one thing about with COD is that a lot of kids play Call of Duty. It's not a kiddie game, but a lot of kids play it. So they might get their parents to be like, oh, let me buy me this game or buy me a Vita for the game and stuff like that. And graphically, the way the game looks, the way the game seems to play, it seems like a portable version of what you would get on a console. It does. I mean, I was like, I haven't seen it in person, but from the trailer that they showed, I mean, it looks like a Call of Duty game that you would play on your PS3. So so that it has that going for it. It's definitely by far the best looking COD game you can probably get on a handheld. So that it has that going for it as well. I just think overall, I wouldn't say I'm excited. I'll wait to see if the game is good. I mean, I always say don't go by review scores, but I mean, if there's enough people saying something about this game or that game, then there's something to be said there. So we'll see what happens. Do I think that this game is going to be a system seller for the Vita? I think the Vita I'm trying to figure out the right thing to say here. I think that what the Vita needs is more games like you have the Assassin's Creed Liberation, you have the Little Big Planet Vita. I think it needs more of those types of games. In Japan, I mean, it's obvious what they need. They need a Monster Hunter game. There is no doubt in my mind. They need a Monster Hunter game, or maybe like a whole bunch of RPGs, like left and right over there. But definitely in Japan, they definitely just need Monster Hunter, and I do think the system will sell more in Japan. Over here, I think they need more. I think they need more. Like this whole thing about the Vita not having games, I think is a pile of crap. I think it's just something that is spread around by Nintendo fanboys who like to say, who just like to bash anything that's not Nintendo related. The system has games. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the launch. I mean, you had like 26 games at launch. Like, I would probably say about 8 or 9 of those games are actually really, really good. You know what I mean? Like, you don't like, you obviously, at every launch you're gonna have stinkers. You know what I mean? It's for that goes the part of course for everything. But the Vita launch was great. They did release a couple other games that were good. It right now is on a dry spell right now, and ironically enough, the 3DS is coming out with a bunch of games left and right. You know what I mean? So that's good. That's good for people who own a 3DS. But the Vita has games, and there are going to be more games coming out. What they need the big name titles. That's what they need. And COD is definitely the biggest one on the list. I just think that for the portable market, I think you need more of the other types of games. Like the games I mentioned before, the Assassin's Creed, Little Big Planet. Like games like that. I'll put it to you like this: the games that the 3DS are getting now are the type of games I think the Vita needs. So I think that would be more of a system seller, along with a price cut. I think it does need to. I do think that the price needs to go down a little bit. But anyway, that's just my thought. I'll probably do I'll probably do like a Vita video, like the standalone Vita video or whatnot. But that's just my thoughts. I mean, I do think that the Call of Duty trailer did look impressive. I just don't know if the overall game is going to deliver. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know, man. I don't have my hopes high. And it's unfortunate because if it was any other developer, I would be a little bit more excited for it, because I do like Call of Duty. I know it's like the game to hate this generation, but I do like Call of Duty, and I do want I would like to play a Call of Duty on the go, like a good one. So we'll see what happens. I have my hope, my fingers crossed that the game will be good. Anyway, this is Hoovy 186. I'm out.